PowerPoint slides? Yes, boys. Can you see the PowerPoint slide? Visible? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, if I take, boys, if I take these two knobs, black is already there. The red is 5 ampere red knob. Then my scale of measurement, I should look at this scale, because it measures from 0 to 5. Is that clear, boys? Now, how will I find my least count? The initial range. So least, sorry. Least count, correct. Least count is equal to value of one division. That will be 0 to 1 is 1. Correct? Divided by how many divisions are there? Between 10 divisions. So it will be 0.1 ampere. Is that clear? Is that clear, Joe Paul? Now suppose if the pointer lies over, what will be my value? 4.6, because each division, if it is this next to 4, if it is next to 4, 4.1, because each division is 0.1 ampere. Are you clear? Now tomorrow's experiment, you will be given two wires, right? But one is of nichrome. Nichrome is a alloy. The other one is what we call it as constantan. You will be given two wires, nichrome and constantan. First and foremost, you have to use your Ohm's law experimental setup. Find the resistance of nichrome separately. Find the resistance of constantan separately. By plotting V versus I graph. Is that clear? You have to find the resistivity. The length of the wire is 1 meter. You need not find, but the thickness of the wire will be given digital screw gauge, where you measure the thickness of the wire. Is that clear, boys? Right? So this nichrome or constantan, a wire made up of an alloy, is represented by this. This is the wire of unknown resistance. Now, if you see the wire, you will be having a cover which the wire is wound. Now, when you start the experiment, what you need to do? Suppose if I have a piece of wire, from this end of the wire, you have to connect two copper connecting wires. You know the connecting wires, what you have used in your lower grade, your connecting wires. Okay. Now this is the red one. This is the wire which is made up of nichrome. Say, so one end of the wire, you have to connect two copper wires. Is that clear? The other end also you have to connect it to two copper wires. So the given wire will be wound over a cardboard. One end of the wire you have to connect two copper wires. Other end of the wire also you have to connect two copper wires. Now we'll see how you connect them in the experimental setup. So now here I have wire 1, right, and wire 2. These are copper wires. This is a resistor, boys. Now one end will be connected.
Ma'am, in a volt and ammeter, ma'am, the black is usually negative and red is positive.
Black is always negative. Red is always positive. Now here
Red is positive, right?
correct. Yeah. So here I have two wires. One wire goes to the rheostat upper terminal. The other wire, look at the other wire. The other wire goes to voltmeter negative. So that depends on your apparatus setup. Sometimes we draw ammeter this side also. But remember, two wires from one end of the given wire. One goes to the upper terminal of the rheostat. The other one goes to voltmeter negative. Then look at the other end of the wire. There are two from the other end, two copper wires. One goes to voltmeter positive. The other one goes to ammeter negative. Right? Now, rheostat, when you are talking about rheostat, basically a rheostat will be, you have two lower terminals and you have one upper terminal. This is the slider contact. Is it clear, boys? You have two lower terminals. You have one upper slider contact. Now, where you have to, this is upper terminal. The slider contact is your upper terminal. So this wire is going to the upper terminal slide contact. Is that clear?
Can you repeat rheostat?
Rheostat is a variable resistor boys. When you move the upper slider contact, you are changing the length of this wire. When you change the length of the wire, you are changing its resistance. So this is your upper terminal. The diagonally opposite lower terminal is the one which you have to. This is your upper terminal. This is the diagonally opposite lower terminal because there are two lower terminals. You have to be very careful, right? This end of the rheostat is your lower terminal. This I'll just put this as LT. This is your lower terminal, right? From lower terminal, you have to connect it to a key, right? From key, battery negative, again a black terminal. Then battery positive to your ammeter positive. So
Ma'am,
this
we
is
can
how
like
you have
join
to
two
start
wires, ma'am,
connecting.
and connect them to rheostat.
Yes,
Then,
you
ma'am, one.
can use two wires connect. We'll give you alligator clips or crocodile clips in the laboratory, so where you can keep things secure.
Ma'am, so that if they, ma'am, we
That
can like
is
connect
changing
both the wires to rheostat, then one can go towards the
zero.
voltmeter
Yeah,
and one can
yeah.
go to ammeter, right?
Yes. Okay. Do you understand? Always start with your resistor. You will be given a piece of wire which will be wound over the cardboard, small piece of cardboard. So both the ends of the wires, you connect it to two copper wires, right? So if I take the right end, there are two copper wires. One goes to the upper terminal of the rheostat, one goes to voltmeter negative. So other side of the wire, two terminals, one goes to voltmeter positive, other one goes to ammeter. Then rheostat diagonally opposite lower terminal of the upper terminal. That connected to the key, from the key to the battery, from the battery positive to ammeter positive. Yes. Now once your setup is being finalized, what you have to do is you put on the key, move the rheostat. When you move the rheostat, your potential difference across the resistor will change so that the voltmeter readings keep changing. So move your rheostat first and foremost. First will be your voltmeter reading. Measure your voltmeter reading, right? Then simultaneously you check what is your ammeter reading. So if your voltmeter reading is 0.2 volt, ammeter reading say 0.01 ampere, right? Next, remove the key, wait for a few minutes because as you continuously pass the current, the wire gets heated, Ohm's law will not be obeyed. So next, move the rheostat, change the voltmeter reading to 0.4. Now check what is your ammeter reading, might be 0.02. That clear, boys? So keep changing your voltmeter reading. Accordingly, your ammeter reading will also change and you note down the value. Is that fine? Is that fine, boys? Then how will you find the resistance? How will you find the resistance? Resistance is found by plotting V versus I graph. Sorry, you have to go for voltage
Ma'am, what is R
versus
again? That's
current.
the rheostat.
R is unknown, sorry, the wire whose resistance is to be found, unknown resistance. Okay.
Ma'am, so that wire, ma'am, will be given to us like without
Yes,
any.
yes, yes, yes. It will be given to you.
Ma'am, you have like a picture of the entire like, ma'am, how it is.
Once picture again, I have to go to practical files. You want to see a ammeter? I have meter
Not,
bridge and
ma'am, not
potentiometer with
ammeter,
me.
ma'am, like the verification of
Mhm.
Ohm's law, ma'am, this entire experiment.
Is there in the YouTube videos? You want to record the video which is happening tomorrow? Let me check. I'll record it when some of your students are doing the experiment. We will record and we'll send it to you. It's fine.
Okay.
Now, when you plot the graph, you will get a straight line. Boys, when you plot a graph, you'll get a straight line. You have to find the slope, right? Slope is what? Delta V, change in the value of V. This one. You know how to find the slope? No, right? And delta I. So the slope gives you the resistance of the wire. That is delta, sorry, R, delta V by delta I. Is that clear? can measure the resistance. Instead of calculating every moment, you can just plot the graph. So you will get two graphs, one for nichrome wire, one for constant 10. Your nichrome, there is a device, what we call it as a multimeter. If you want to check, boys, if you want to check, you can use your multimeter before doing the experiment, check what is the resistance. Tomorrow I'll ask them to keep the multimeter for you. Just use the multimeter and check. So you'll have a rough idea what should be your resistance, you can measure. Then, boys, once you have found your resistance, you are asked to find resistivity. Now, what is resistivity, right? Your area will be, I can write the area, the thickness of the wire, R pi d squared by 4L. Why? Because area is pi r is replaced by d by 2. Is that clear, boys? D is the thickness of the wire or the diameter of the wire. The diameter of the wire can be found by using your digital screw gauge. Not like last time. We'll give a digital screw gauge. You keep, the value will be displayed. So that will be in millimeter. You have to convert it to that. And the length of the wire is always 1 meter. You did not open the wire, it's almost 1 meter. Resistance is what you are finding. Then pi is 3.14. Diameter, you can find the thickness of the wire using digital screw gauge. It will be in millimeter, you convert it to meters, right? And the length of the wire is 1 meter. So you have to find your resistivity for both the wires. Are you clear? Please, those who are coming for the lab session, 1 hour is not sufficient for this. So if you come with all your tabular columns, everything, you can, I'll do the demonstration beginning of the session, then you can start. Are you clear how to connect? Always start from the different verse. Now I'll go.
Now we have 1 week. Like
Tomorrow
today we have
in your geometry box, your manual, was your lab manual, your geometry box, lab manual, geometry box. In 1 second.
ma'am, tomorrow we have physics, ma'am. The next class will be chemistry for us.
Chemistry, ma'am will be teaching chemistry. So when chemistry ma'am comes, then I'll come for physics. We'll go for simulation. Yes. Ma'am will be teaching you. Now we'll start with your chapter. Boys, I do remember I have to do the first chapter at the part. I'll do, right? Just I'll continue with. You know what do you mean by resistivity? Do you know what is resistivity? Should I teach you what is resistivity? You know what is resistivity?
The definition, can you just say it?
That's the problem. That's the problem. Now listen, I'll just go for what we should know what is resistivity. Suppose I have a piece of wire, right? When electrons flow from one end of the wire to the other end, from one end to the other end, there is some resistance offered. That is what we call it as resistance. Now, what is resistivity? Let me take a small cube of the material, right, boys? I'm taking a small cube of the material, right? This cube is having a side length of say 1 meter, 1 millimeter area of cross section 1 millimeter. I'm taking a small part of the wire, right, in the form of cube. Now, when current passes or the electrons passes through this cube is offering some resistance. This cube is offering some resistance, and that resistance is called resistivity, and that is what we call it as specific resistance. Specifically, this cube of the wire is offering some resistance, and that is what we call it as resistivity. Now, how will you define resistivity? What is the formula? Rho is equal to RA by L. When A is 1 unit is 1 millimeter squared, 1 centimeter squared, or 1 meter squared. L is equal to 1 unit. 1 unit means 1 millimeter, 1 centimeter, 1 meter. Then rho becomes equal to R. So how will I define resistivity? Resistivity is the resistance offered by a small cube of the material of the wire, a small cube of side length 1 millimeter, area of cross section 1 millimeter squared to the flow of current. That is what we call it as specific resistance or resistivity. So resistivity is nothing but the resistance offered by a small cube of the material of the wire of side length 1 millimeter, area of cross section 1 millimeter square, and current passes through it. This is called the resistivity. Now comes the new quantity. Just write boys current density. All this will be taken as a 1 mark question. Define current density. Define current density. State its SI unit. Define current density. State its SI unit. The current per unit area to the is called current density. Per unit area. So the unit of current is ampere. Unit of area is meter square. That is why it has a unit ampere per meter square. The current per unit area is for the current density, and it is denoted by the letter J. It is denoted by the letter J. The SI units of current density is ampere per meter square. The SI unit is ampere per meter square.
Ma'am, is period over?
Ma'am,
Ma'am, because I guess till 11:15 it is.
1 second. Attendance is it? Once just check. Fifth period is 10:55 to 11:35.
11:35, fifth period.
What is this? Eight period timetable. Which one you are looking at? May 2021.
Ma'am, 10:45 to 11:15, right?
Fine. But bell doesn't run.
Ma'am?
Yes.
Ma'am, in the chat box, I